You're listening to our YSR Media. Hello everyone, my name is Oliver. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Paige's absence from the Young Sheldon final was owing to McKenna Grace's hectic schedule during the last season's filming. Executive producer Steve Holland notes that they didn't believe Paige's plot required any more closure than it already had. Despite Paige's popularity, the show failed to fully conclude her narrative, leaving her destiny as one of the series' most unresolved plotline. Executive producer Steve Holland explains why Paige was absent from the Young Sheldon final. The Big Bang Theory prequel focused mostly on Sheldon and the Coopers, but episode did feature numerous notable guest stars, like McKenna Grace's role. Paige was Sheldon's fellow prodigy who fell on hard times, resulting in a much darker path for her. Despite her popularity, Paige neither appeared nor was mentioned in the Young Sheldon final, leaving the franchise no other opportunity to properly end her arc. Holland addresses the questions regarding Paige's fate in a new interview with TV Line, with the showrunner explaining that they didn't think the character's story needed anything more. However, he also admitted they would have wanted to have her back, but Grace was simply too busy during Young Sheldon's final year in production. Read his full quote below. People frequently ask about Paige, despite the fact that she appeared in only 9 episodes of Young Sheldon. Big Bang was complete, and there was no way to go back and retrofit her into Big Bang Theory. Paige receives positive feedback online, which I believe is due to McKenna's tremendous talent. The negative to McKenna's incredibleness is that she is a movie star, which makes her extremely difficult to obtain. When we first started this season, especially given how short it was, we had no idea that Paige's tale would require more closure than it did. There was a parallel. She was a sort of a mirror image of Sheldon, an alternative way Sheldon may have turned out. Despite only appearing in a handful of episodes, Paige had a clear storyline that was engaging, especially in contrast with what the show's titular character was going through. Like Sheldon, Paige is a child prodigy, who may actually be better than the boy genius. Aside from her intellect, she's also well-adjusted and sociable, but that all changed when her parents split up. She blamed herself and acted out in response. Grace didn't have to show up, but offering an update about Paige in Young Sheldon Season 7 would have helped with this criticism. The last time Paige was on the show was back in Young Sheldon Season 6, when Missy ran away in her attempt to rebel against Mary and George. Now, her fate is one of the biggest unresolved plots of the series. Granted that she wasn't an established character in The Big Bang Theory, the public's investment in the character should have motivated the series to at least give her a proper send-off. Grace didn't have to show up, but offering an update about Paige in Young Sheldon Season 7 would have helped curb this criticism. Paige's whereabouts remain most intriguing mystery, and there is currently no potential avenue to address this in the foreseeable future. While the prequel will continue via Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, the new show will focus on an entirely new couple who has no ties to Grace's character. Perhaps if Missy comes back for the upcoming spin-off, she can also recruit Paige to appear. Understandably, the shortened Young Sheldon final season made it difficult to tackle every single lingering plotline in the show before it wrapped up. Aside from Paige's arc, the writers also failed to offer a resolution to Pastor Jeff's fate. Some viewers are also not happy with the rushed Young Sheldon Season 7, Episode 14, which featured adult Sheldon from the future, but wasn't able to show Sheldon having a proper farewell to his family in Texas before moving to California. Even Meemaw, Missy, and Mary were left with fates in limbo. First, she and her family could have gone to George's funeral. Given their ties to Sheldon and Missy, as well as the presence of many familiar friends to share the family's sadness, it would not have been surprising to see the Swansons attend the service. However, young Sheldon could have easily resolved the Paige enigma in a variety of. Firstly, she and her family could have attended George's funeral. Considering their ties to Sheldon and Missy, not to mention the return of many familiar faces to support the family in their grief, it wouldn't have been odd to see the Swansons join the service. It could have also made Paige realize the error of her ways, motivating her to stop her rebellion. Otherwise, they could have also done it with a simple reference to the character, offering a proper update after her and Missy's botched joyride. Paige's introduction in young Sheldon was intriguing because it meant that Sheldon's story about feeling out of place growing up in Texas as a child prodigy wasn't totally true. Her existence proved that he had a peer who may have even been smarter than he was. One can only imagine how far Paige would have already gotten if she hadn't been saddled with family issues, which were made worse by a lack of a support system. Behind the scenes, The Big Bang Theory never acknowledged Paige because of the timing of her introduction, however. Young Sheldon may still have made apologies. Only time will tell whether Paige's fate has a final ending. As previously stated, the Big Bang Theory franchise will carry on owing to a few future spin-offs. Although Holland adds that they did not feel the need to add more to Paige's tale in Young Sheldon Season 7, the fact that she is often mentioned demonstrates how essential she is to the series' audience. This is why the franchise should finally explain what happened to her. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my user media to our channel and stay with us.